Warning, the following car hater review is totally biased and meant to piss you the fuck off. There is strong language and no political correctness spoken here. If you can't handle the truth, go fuck yourself and go view the other 99% of the copycat car video reviewers out there. Car hater is back. Yeah, it's been quite some fucking time that I've done one of these sort of videos. You know, it's much more easier for me to kind of take a camera and just go at it and not have to find material. I have to say, they make it harder and harder for me to download videos so I could do these voiceovers over these terrible fucking video footages that they create. So here's the new 2018 Audi A8 car hater here. Oh, is that one ugly fucking launch color? Why do they do it? Reminds me of the 2005 Audi A6 when they used that ugly fucking burnt orange. I don't understand. Why do you pick the most fucking hideous color to come out with the car with? I mean, shouldn't you be picking the best rims, the best color, the most stunning looking fucking automobile out there? But no, not Audi. So right now, Audi's come out with a whole bunch of boring fucking cars. The A4 doesn't even look like it's been redesigned. The Q5, you know, the Q5 does look a lot different, but it's so boring. And the RS5, oh my God, I was reading some magazine article saying how aggressive it looks, or even online. People are like, what the fuck are you talking about? It's so fucking boring. The other one looks more aggressive than this thing does. Now, Volkswagen was doing this with the GTI, where you couldn't even see the change of the vehicle. Audi now is following suit. I am not impressed with any of the new Audis that they are coming out with. I do not find them stunning at all. I guarantee you they're going to fuck up the new A7 RS7, and it's going to look boring as shit. This car here, here's the new thing about car companies. Let's make the grille as big as fucking possible. Can you imagine? Where are the bumpers on these cars? And I've stated this with Toyotas, especially Lexus. Audi, you are copying Lexus to a T. Now, here's the funny thing. They had this car all graphicsed up for the longest time, right? Let me just tell you something. Audi, you didn't even have to do it. Because you want to know why? The car looks exactly like the old one. I'm telling you, there is nothing significant about this car. You made a big fucking mouth, put in some boring looking LEDs, and you created some new taillights in the back. The only difference is the taillight in the back has a strip going all the way around it. Kind of reminded me a little bit more of that shitty Lincoln Continental that no one fucking bought, by the way. And I don't even know if it's an MKZ or what. Yeah, there's that fucking Lincoln Continental bullshit on the back. Now, here's the funny thing. I had the car. I had the new one that's out right now in 2013. Do you see this car right here? Here's the car that I had, A8 Sport from 2013. You want to know something? Audi gave me the prototype back then for me to drive around because they love me so much, because they know how much I love Audi, okay? But unfortunately now, I've have to have become a Audi hater because they're so fucking boring. Of course I'm bullshitting you right now. But if you seriously look at this car from the side, there's really no difference between that 2013 compared to this, well, even when it came out, in 2011, compared to this 2018. It's really nothing significant looking. I don't know what's going on with Audi. I don't know why everything is so subtle now. Yeah, I know there's a bunch of fucking technology. That's terrible too, though. That lighting system right there. The other one was a lot nicer looking. Even the 13, even when they came out with the matrix lighting and everything else, it was quite more impressive. Maybe this is laser lighting. I didn't even get into the specs that much on the lights, honestly. I didn't read up. I have been reading articles here and there about the vehicle. Suspension-wise, you know, it's got a fucking foot massager, just retarded shit that's all going to break, you know. One of the things is the interior. You know, they're really going up against the Mercedes and the Maybach and everything else. So, yeah, they got the new design. You know, the 7 Series was just redesigned. And I have to say the 7 Series is boring as fuck, too. Mercedes, the S550 is actually due for a revision for 2018, it'll come out any day now. But they're actually going to bring back the 560 name. Now, those of you who are too young, the 560 was the top of the line. The SEC was the coupe. The SEL was the sedan. So now with the 560, when I was younger, it was all about the 560. If you had that 560, you were the shit. Now, the thing about it is, Mercedes is just out of fucking control. They just want to sell to the masses. It's like fucking Hyundai and Kia. They just don't give a fuck. It's no longer about luxury. And Audi, and of course BMW too. BMW makes about 57 fucking different models. You can't even keep up with it. Now, Audi, of course, is trying to follow suit. In Europe, they do it a lot more. They have like A1, A2, A3, A4. And you know what? I gather and guarantee you shall see Audi bringing over a lot more boring fucking material over here. The other problem is that Audi has terrible fucking leases, and you know what? It will probably, this car will be a ripoff. Probably, like, of course, when it comes out, be like $2,000 fucking dollars a month for some retarded shit. They also have an e-tron version, which I doubt will make it over here anytime soon. The TDI scandal, they want to basically look green and friendly and everything else. But one of the things with the e-tron version of this car was that it actually had like an electrical pad that you drive over, and then it's supposed to charge the car as it's kind of sitting in your driveway or in your garage or whatever it is. That's just the future of it all now, that they're trying to look greener and better. Engines, of course, are getting smaller and smaller in all these car companies. It's just totally ridiculous how a big monster sedan, now comes with 6 cylinders. I guarantee you they'll probably even throw a 4-cylinder in this fucking thing. It's so retarded. And keep the price just as astronomical as ever. Interior-wise, they did their thing. They actually got rid of the screen that pops out of the dash. I don't know. I kind of like that sort of thing. I like the fact that you could kind of hide it. But what I noticed like a lot of these new car companies are doing is they're going to dual screens. The Range Rover did it. The Infiniti Q Series has it, where what it is it has 2 different screens. It has the navigation screen up at the top, of course, and whatever else. And then it will also have the buttons down below for, let's say, air conditioning and everything else. I even seen this on a Honda Odyssey where it's got the dual screens. And what the car companies are basically doing is taking away all the buttons. Me, I'm old-fashioned. I still want to use a key. I hate the fucking shifter, by the way. And that shifter is just terrible. There's no more Tiptronic, and that's been for a while in the A8 too. It's really terrible. You go to make a sudden move when you put the car in reverse or what have you. But that's just the thing. Let's make like 12-speed fucking automatic so the car could try to get as much gas mileage as possible. But I think about 10 years later, what happens to these cars? These cars get all fucked up. Transmissions. Audis like to have leaky valve cover gaskets. I can only imagine the nightmares that this car poses years from now, and then when the fucking value just plummets like all of them do. You ever notice how the top-of-the-line automobile plummets faster than anything else? Let's put it this way. An A4 is worth more than the A8 if you go back a few years. Okay, Bang & Olufsen, always loved that. Great audio system, can't knock that shit. The thing is, though, it's all about the interior with Audis. I don't know. I think it's kind of lacking some of the material. Like I said, there's no buttons there. You see the dual screens there. I guess it's just the future of things. One of the things that I found funny was, they took away the pop-up screen in and out. What they did was they kind of replaced it with the vents up on the top, the air-conditioned vents. I think it actually shows. I don't think I cut that part of it. Here it is right here, yeah. This was actually on the Volkswagen Phaeton. I had this option in my Phaeton back in 2004. I just find that's a little funny that they reintroduced this again. I like it, whatever. That thing will break too, trust me. On the Phaeton, the fucking things would not always open up, the louvers or whatever you want to call them. But anyway, car hater here. Listen, I could hate on anything. That's just the type of person that I am, a fucking hater. So all you fucking jerk-offs who want to talk shit and tell me I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about, I am Audi through and through. And I have to tell you something. Audi has been a very big disappointment for me lately. So much so that I don't even know what kind of fucking car to buy anymore. Because nothing out there is moving me. This A8 is not moving me. This new bullshit Quattro system that's not Quattro, I don't like it. I'd rather drive an older one with 50/50 that's mechanical and destroy the roads than all this new fucking front-wheel drive to rear-wheel drive and all this electronic shit. That's just me. You know, I'd rather even drive the older Audi A8 from 1997. That was a true driver's car, I have to say. Then in 2004, that thing became a disgusting fucking whale that was not really a performance handling vehicle. Yeah, it came back in 2011. I got to give him credit. I'm not sure how the feel of this car will be. Hey, I'll put it to you like this. I know this car is going to be successful out there, and, you know, it will do its thing. But you know what? I just see that Audi is taking a turn for the boring, and their designers have definitely gotten away with a lot. Subscribe to us. Check us out. I know I haven't been doing my job, but I'm here. Definitely subscribe. Follow me on other social networks, too.
Follow Automotive Ad Builder on our social networking sites to keep up with the latest videos, reviews, autos for sale, and vehicle marketing solutions. We also welcome any questions or comments. One of our staff will be happy to help you.